One of the classics of all time, Spinal Tap. You also know him as the prettier half of Lenny and Squiggy.
What's the organ music?
Michael McKean.
Morning, guys.
How are you, sir?
Hey, Michael.
Good. How you doing?
Excellent.
Good.
Leslie, you're the female of the group, I'm guessing.
Yes.
She's the female.
Okay.
Michael, how many times have you seen Spinal Tap?
All together, start to finish, about maybe 5.
That's all.
You know,
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people who are way ahead of me on
He
that.
lived it.
Oh,
my God.
I know you did live it.
I have to tell you an embarrassing moment. Last year, we had a guest on, and I was doing a big introduction, had a big audio clip and everything. And, you know, for those of you who don't know who he is, you probably know him best from Spinal Tap. He was also Lenny from Lenny and Squiggy. Please welcome everybody to the show, Christopher Guest.
Whoops.
No.
And yeah, I swear to God it happened. and Chris came on, and his first words were, I wasn't in those shows.
Wait a minute.
I swear, for some reason, I had a mind
happened.
meltdown,
It's
and
happened before.
I had you
Yeah.
two confused.
Michael,
Oh.
your Friends episode aired 2 nights ago. I just happened to catch it 2 nights ago on, they run it in syndication here.
Oh, the Mocklet guy?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You're playing, what's his name's boss or whatever.
Yeah, I was this guy who made these horrible synthetic foods out of like spare parts of fish.
That's,
that's
right.
right.
Mocklet. You were the
Mocklet guy,
Mocklet
yeah.
guy.
So let me ask you, because here I'm looking at your resume. I mean, you have done upwards of 60 movies.
Right.
You've written a bunch. Your resume is just sick. It's just out of control. Yet still, I mean, people think Michael McKean and Spinal Tap comes to mind, and I mean that was like your Freebird. You know what I mean?
That's nice.
Would you agree
know
with?
what Jackson Brown's band does? Just to change the subject too much.
Yeah.
Whenever they hear anyone yell "Freebird," and occasionally they will, at every concert, someone will yell "Freebird." I yelled it at Phantom of the Opera myself in Broadway. But whenever they actually hear it, they have to do it. They have like this pact where they have to at least do a couple minutes of "Freebird,"
Of
That's
course.
funny.
and
Of
it has
course.
to be a different style every night.
That's
So
funny.
they've done many hundreds of different versions of
Polka
Freebird.
version. And
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, if you never did another project again, I guess the question is,
Yeah.
do you look at Spinal Tap with the same way that like everybody else looks at that in your career? I mean, that is, I think, the finest thing you've ever done.
Well, thank you. It is my favorite character, I think, because we all created it from the ground up. You know, it was, no one wrote this and handed it to us, and we didn't audition for this. We made all those parts for ourselves, and we wrote the film and we wrote the music, and really kind of did it like no other movie had really been made. I mean, other than say John Cassavetes at that point, no one really improvised a feature film. So. It certainly has a unique place, and I probably had more fun doing that than anything else.
How tough
And also, the process was just longer. I mean, we pitched and talked about the film and created gags and created songs for almost 2 years by the time we got around to shooting it.
Was it, in retrospect, do you think it was good to make the reunion, or if you had to do it all over again, would you have just left the first one as it was?
No, I'm glad we did it because it was more about the tour than anything else. We wanted to put an album out and do the tour, just for the fun of it, and
The fans demanded it, Jimmy.
yeah. Well, we really had an amazing time, and we did encounter just some of the most amazing crowds you've ever seen. For example, in Atlanta, Georgia, we had some pretty darn good fans.
See, I don't remember. Maybe
You
I
have
didn't
a
live here at
bunch
the
of-
time. They the Spinal Tap toured. When they toured, they came here.
92, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah,
many
it was
people
before I was here, yeah.
have called this morning that are huge Spinal Tap fans that are just, Michael's going to be on today? I mean, they're, out of control.
Yeah, do you mind talking about it a lot? I mean, because
No, not at all.
It is.
No, we're
it's-
actually it's coming up on the 16th anniversary of the release of the next year. Among the other things that 2000 will be, as well as the Armageddon.
Yeah.
It's also going to be the 16th anniversary of the release of the film, and we're going to hopefully do a theatrical re-release and do some live touring. Not a bunch because we're old men now,
Yeah.
but just to do maybe 10 cities, and boy.
You know, Michael,
I'll always come to Atlanta, if only for the Cheetah Club.
Yes, exactly.
Michael, I'm seeing a Spinal Tap Millennium concert.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone's raping people for cash. You might as
There
well
you
get on the
go.
bus.
Yeah, absolutely.
A
Cash bus.
I lived in L.A. during the time you were shooting that, and I happened to have been at the Variety Theater when you filmed the scene, some of the stage scenes from.
Are you
Spinal
serious?
Tap. Yes, in fact,
Variety Arts?
as a matter of fact, I was interviewed for the in the crowd, and I was cut out of the movie. And
No way.
And they told me, say you love the band, and I couldn't figure out what is this movie because the guy is getting stuck in the pod, and
God,
what's going
that's
on
amazing
here?
that you were there.
Yeah, but the other movie that a lot of people, put in the category of Spinal Tap, that as far as just being so hilariously funny, is Waiting for Guffman.
Oh,
which,
it's a wonderful movie.
Which is really, it is a rental. I mean, you got to see that movie if you like Spinal Tap. You'll like that one.
It's an amazing film. Yeah. So Eugene Levy and Christopher.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Wrote it, and again, it was also an improvised film, and it's the best idea, really. You get all your funny friends, you get everyone who can just go extemporaneously, and it's like nobody has to nudge Fred Willard to get him started.
Right.
I've known Fred for 25, almost 30 years. And, people like Catherine O'Hara. I mean, you get really brilliant actors and just let them go. It's a great way to make a film.
This interview isn't over. More after a quick break. You can also find it and more on the Morning X with Barnes and Leslie podcast. You're inside the best of the Morning X.